Sale, I said yesterday, some special someone gave me some jollof. Oh my God, the jollof was nice. The jollof was great, except that as I got home, ECG served me the brightest darkness I've yet seen in my life. But I was determined to eat the jollof, so I relished every grain. Now the chicken, my God, it was tasty. But while eating in the darkness, I had a shocking revelation. Say revelation. Revelation. I was shocked that my hand could find my mouth even in the darkness. No, the coordination was seamless. I mean, there was not a single situation where the spoon landed in the same my nose, my ears, or my eyes. I mean, you understand? And that was the thing. That's why I keep saying that no matter how tough times are, you can complain all you want, but don't tell yourself you never make it. No matter the darkness surrounding you, the hand of God will pick you like the jollof into your destiny, my mouth. Hallelujah. Now, the other revelation is that you see, no matter how holy a project is supposed to be, no matter how clean it's got to be, once you put a gang of cats in charge of the meat and you put a squad of sheep as trustees over the cats, what do you expect? Continue, let me see. Because you know, the cat does not come except, no, my Bible says the cat does not come except to, you understand? You understand? Let's continue. Now, that is a deeper revelation. Shout deeper revelation. Shout deeper revelation. Put your hands together and shout yes! Oh God, this is Omega Hour. Welcome to the show, everyone. This is Backpage on City TV. I am Caleb. The Backpage is sponsored by Bell Chill and Win. Everyone is a winner, and Bell makes us taste of originality. Now, still on the jollof matter, because like I had enjoyed it so much until I got a much more deeper revelation. Let's say it's a mystery, you understand? So I was eating the thing, and then suddenly my eyes opened to a deeper revelation, a mystery. I felt I was in Vietnam. You know, I was in the valleys of Vietnam where they were growing the rice. That is where I understood that it was likely the rice I was eating here in Ghana had come all the way from Vietnam. The rice in total has traveled about 11,441 kilometers from Vietnam to Ghana. It means that one importer bee has been richer. Obviously, the Vietnamese dong has been strengthened, and then the Baomizi cedi has been depreciated. Hey, no, then the Lord opened my eyes, and the oil that is used for the, to chill the jollof, Ghana, we are blessed. So tell somebody we are blessed. Oh, we are blessed. We have nama mikplengo, but we love the, the vegetable oil and all that cooking oil. That's why we get it from Spain, UK, Italy, France, Turkey, in the millions. So one jollof I was eating, it was more than United Nations. Vietnam was there, Turkey was there. Just a chicken, I suspect it was coming from China. Yeah, because even eggs, yes, because it's now 2 cities. We import some eggs. I mean, we produce a lot of eggs, but largely we import eggs too. It's imported eggs are not chicken there, anything. You see, so that was the sort of revelation that I got. But you see, You find that the eggs, like I was saying, like 91% is supplied from Ghana in the supermarkets, but the remaining 9% is like we import them still. Now listen, each week, we import 5 million chickens into Ghana. Now that means every year we spend about 300 million United States dollars to import kokolo. Akuko, against over wall come here 300 million. Just say, oh, PPP, 300 or PPP, and each report from Vietnam. Just a chicken from Poland, United States, and China, and other places. I just say, hey. And when the Lord showed me this, I said, hey, go Bibini. No, cooking oil from Spain, spices from India, even sabala. In Cape Coast, we say anwin. Even anwin is from Netherlands. So anwin. So the jollof I was eating, like that I was super delighted about, The Lord used the jollof to speak to me, and he asked me, son of man, and if in the next 3 weeks, the countries in the world decide to close their borders and their ports, I'm obedient. And I'm saying, yay, the Lord. What was that was the time I was like, hey, the Lord. I said, it's been a long time I haven't heard the expression, Ghana beyond aid. No, but so Ghana beyond aid, as I told someone.
Natosio.
No. I don't believe Satosio. Mano from Basa.
Say, I'm asking the gods of English to pardon me. Mano from Basa. Masada.
Well, I'm not too sure because right now, it looks to me we have moved from Ghana beyond aid to Ghana demands emergency aid.
Indeed, a recent United Nations report estimates that 70% of Africa's economies are at severe risk from the Russian war in Ukraine. In the midst of this, 18 African economies have experienced credit downgrades, even when all economies are suffering adverse fallout from last year's pandemic. And we in Africa are also facing the risk of the so-called taper tantrums as investors exit our markets, thereby exacerbating the increasing cost of borrowing. At this moment, the World Bank tells us that subsequent to the conflict, the number of poor people in sub-Saharan Africa would rise from 413 million to 463 million this year, an increase of 50 million persons.
No, it's true. And we sincerely have got to get off the moral high horse of Ghana beyond aid and instead do the normal thing. Like, we have to humble ourselves because sincerely, I miss those days that we were very confident of a Ghana beyond aid. We're even extending it to Africa. No, those were the days. Those were the days before COVID-19 came and before this Russia-Ukrainian war broke out. You see, but after this break, we would reminisce those glorious, sophisticated, those glorious days of immaculate, Shakespearean rhetoric and, sophistry and all those things that right now, unprecedented growth right now, thanks to Russia-Ukraine war. Will destroy everything. Is it useless? You feeling me, people? You feeling me? I've not done anything. It was the doing of the Lord. Marvelous in our sight. Welcome from that break. This is Backpage on City TV. It's sponsored by Bell, Chill and Win. Everyone is a winner. And Bell makes us taste of originality. My name is Caleb Kuda. Gone are the days when, let me just put it this way. I miss hearing this.
We can no longer continue to make policy for ourselves, in our country, in our region, in our continent, on the basis of whatever support the Western world or France or the European Union can give us. It will not work. It has not worked, and it will not work. Our responsibility is to charter a path which is about how we can develop our nations ourselves. It is not right for a country like Ghana, 60 years after independence, to still have its health and education budgets being financed on the basis of the generosity and charity of European taxpayers. By now, we should be able to finance our basic needs ourselves.
Oh man, like that was music to my ears. You know, the president said that African leaders have the responsibility of moving Africa from begging cap in hand. Now, Africa can't continue to depend on handouts. It will not work. I like the emphasis. Just that Ms. and it will not work. I loved it. In fact, he also said that despite all the challenges that Africa has been through, at the time he was speaking, Africa must be in a position where we lend money to others because we still have the resources.
We have to get away from this mindset of dependence. This mindset about what can France do for us. France will do whatever it needs to do for its own sake. And when those coincide with ours, tant mieux, as the French people say. But our main responsibility as leaders, as citizens, is what we need to do to grow our own countries. What are the institutions at work that will allow us to have good governance, to have accountable governance, to make sure that the monies that are placed at the disposal of leaders are used for the interests of the state and not for those of the leaders. It should be with what do we need to do in this 21st century to move Africa away from being cap in hand and begging for aid, for charity, for handouts. The African continent, when you look at its resources, should be giving monies to other places. We have huge wealth on this continent.
Oh, no, but this is the one time, Nanado sounded like Kwame Nkrumah, you know what I mean, talking about the new African personality. It turns out right now, dear, we are not even moving, begging, cap in hand, so we are begging to pick crumbs from the table after it has fallen. Just say, COVID-19, vaccines, I spike, now, or just say, baby, oh, no, yeah, when the master. You remember that song? You see the difference? Be say, I'm born to lead where you are born to follow. It's a sad story, man. Honestly, it's sad. Basically, COVID-19 and Russia-Ukrainian war is our master. No, because we're building a sound economy. Okay? Okay? Now let's continue the announcer story. Now, His Excellency the President insists on building a cathedral for his God at a time he says African economies are scrambling. Now that he's saying that, I don't know if he remembers ever saying this. Your Excellency, please pay attention to what he said the last time.
As leaders, as citizens, is what we need to do to grow our own countries. What are the institutions at work that will allow us to have good governance, to have accountable governance, to make sure that the monies that are placed at the disposal of leaders are used for the interests of the state and not for those of the leaders.
Come on, that was powerful. That was, my favorite part is to make sure that monies that are placed at the disposal of leaders are used for the interest of the state and not for those of the leaders of the state. Your Excellency, do you still stand by your words and now see Obiaboa? No, please play that part again. I love it.
As leaders, as citizens, is what we need to do to grow our own countries. What are the institutions at work that will allow us to have good governance, to have accountable governance, to make sure that the monies that are placed at the disposal of leaders are used for the interests of the state and not for those of the leaders.
Your Excellency, you said Africans have to make sure that monies that are placed at the disposal of African leaders must be used for the interest of the state and not for the leaders of the state, like their private promises to God. Hello. Your Excellency, when you look at how many state institutions are at a standstill because the money is not there, no. But your government has sunk like plenty money into the National Cathedral, paying people up front, like so much money, which you said would be privately funded. No? Do you still stand by your words? And I say, you'll be a boy. Let me leave it there before, let me leave it there before you need to. But my last question, you know, in 2017, there was a headline attributed to our darling president. Quote, free chocolate each day for every student. Ghana's president promises. Your Excellency, please do you remember this promise? I believe you now. I believed it because we have cocoa, we have everything, and until now we had the men. But these days, it appears when the president remembers some of his promises, it gets to him as fake news. I didn't say that. Unprecedented promises, Charlie. But you know, we are getting there. But for COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukrainian war, we were getting there. But as for the cathedral there, inshallah, we will build it. And by the time we are done, Obia bedidi twaso peche. Obia bedidi. Now, one of the promises of His Excellency, the President, that anytime he hears it, his BP goes up, is this one.
Petrol, so also another petrol, and the Bible tells me, I'm so it's a Bible for his own breast of bread and Yapo one. And then only cake once a year. Cake once a year.
No, today fuel prices, in the favorite words of the president, you know, unprecedentedly skyrocketing. But you people must cut the president some slack. When we were talking about Ghana beyond aid, we didn't know Russia will invade Ukraine. At least the COVID-19 brought us some money, which we are still struggling to account for. But the war, dear, so far nothing. You understand? Maybe this is the time for Ghana to dash Ukraine some of the money, as the president suggested the last time, that Africa is so blessed, we should be giving money to other places. But the truth is that if we had the chance, at this point in our life, Charlie, we will go and beg from Ukraine, but it will be too embarrassing. But you see, what is the use of Tor and bust? They bust my brain. Right now that all this fuel thing is happening, bust, Tor, what is your use right now?
We were hopeful that today he will make known to Ghanaians what policy interventions he intends to roll out in the face of 13 Ghana cedi per litre for diesel and 11 Ghana cedi for petrol. But what he is recounting are the very measures that have failed to produce any results. Now he talks of reducing taxes and margins. I'm putting on record that he's not reduced any single tax on petrol.
Really?
Yes, not one.
Okay, guys, all the English you've heard so far simply means that now the Tor, it has become a scraps condemn yard, you know. But people are taking fat money. Tor, scraps, condemn, scraps, condemn. As a phrase you say, scraps, condemn. You don't get it? No, we are building a Ghana beyond aid. No, you don't get it? You don't get it? Don't forget about it. Ghana beyond aid. Ghana demands emergency aid. I'm born.